we go to another topic that's very dear to my heart, telecommunications technology, which many of us assume is always there, but I'm sure we can still learn a lot. So our next speaker, Ciprian Zamfirescu, is a digital transformation manager at Vodafone, and he's going to share a lot of the insights about next generation mobile networks and what they can all enable and what kind of cool use cases. Please welcome Ciprian on stage. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, how are you? How do you enjoy the day? I'm very glad and honored to be here with you today in person and talk about the beyond technologies that are going to happen in the next generation networks. My name is Ciprian Zamfirescu and I'm leading the Digital Transformation and Innovation Department in Vodafone Romania Technology. Let's talk about a little bit about the journey and about the way the technology is changing our lives. But one question first. How many of you are students today in the room? Can you please raise your hand? One there, okay. I'll start a little bit with a journey about myself. I started my career 8 years ago at Vodafone. That moment I consider that is the perfect moment for me to combine the theoretical data from the universities with some practical stuff, hands-on stuff. And I've been working for the network, deploying radio sites, mobile coverage for everyone, getting involved in many exciting projects. And 3 years ago, I had a chance to develop and to build a department from scratch, digital transformation and innovation in networks, which was a very nice and exciting moment because me and my team, we had the decision to start working agile in a non-software development area. Then we moved to innovation and we started to build platforms for our own and to start projects that are going to be deployed for institutions and public sector and also for the private sector. Just a few words regarding the Vodafone Group and Vodafone Romania. Vodafone Group is a huge company across the world. We are the largest converged network in Europe, and we also are global IoT leaders and cybersecurity leaders. For example, in the IoT spectrum, we are connecting more than 150 million devices across the world. Vodafone Romania is part of this group, and me personally, I'm working together with other 11 countries. I have colleagues across Europe deploying systems, platforms, and innovation projects. In Vodafone Romania, we like to be the first for everything. So we launched the 5G network for the 4G, 3G, and so on and so forth, and also the IoT. We are also IoT market leader in Romania. Because we like to test ourselves and have very, very tough experiences, we've decided to get certified and evaluated by a third-party evaluator. So for 7 years, we became best in test for mobile networks, voice and data, which is an amazing achievement. At the IoT and ICT level, we are very involved also in this kind of spectrum. We are working with the authorities, we are working on the projects, we come up with solutions and technology and know-how here locally and from Vodafone Group, and we create personalized projects for our customers to get ready for the future. Every one of us experienced the pandemic. It was like very, very tough, and besides the critical and very sad things that happened in the past 2 years, every one of us felt a change. We felt also an opportunity of changing something. We understood that we need to work from home, we need to have a very good connectivity to the internet, we'd have to connect with our colleagues. So for us, it was a very good opportunity to accelerate the digital transformation. And also to create a fundamental framework that was used for the future project in order to be ready for other times. But what exactly is the future preparing for us? I invite you to watch with me a short clip. Tech 2025, exciting, isn't it? So we are working together to get there. So our strategy was deployed and developed and analyzed together with all the countries from Vodafone Group, because we realized that our main core is connectivity. So we were building networks. We were connecting people with 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G. To create that kind of networks, we've implemented systems. We were working with partners. We were developing external platforms. We were trying to create a network which is good for our customers. But in order to get there in 2025, we had to change everything. We need to readapt. We need to create a modular architecture of our network. So we came up with the idea with one tech team, one network and IT platform, which is based and is leveraging digital capabilities on a modular architecture. So we are hiring right now up to 50% of our colleagues will be software developers. We are going to build our ecosystem based on a software factory mindset, working agile, deploying everything in-house, and also working together on a cultural base. We believe at Vodafone that everything must be done together, and the impossible is possible, and also we learn from mistakes and we experiment, and we learn everything from experimentation. Also, it's very important to understand that our ecosystem will become fully agile. 5G. How many of you are using 5G mobile phones today? So and so. Most of you, but so there is still room for connecting to 5G. But what exactly is 5G? 5G is coming with an amazing opportunity for us. 5G is going to develop and enhance the capabilities for mass population in order to have access to many kind of use cases and solutions that only a few of us are having today. In order to prepare that, we are going to go together through a set of use cases. But for example, the human eye. The human eye is our interface with the world. Probably is the most relevant data acquisition element from our body. How much time do you think is needed for the human eye to capture the information and process the information and give you the feedback about the world around us? Any kind of ideas? I can tell you, it's more than tens of seconds, like 80 milliseconds. So we are talking about tens of milliseconds. But what exactly is delay? The delay is the time for an application which is running on a connectivity to give you the feedback. 5G nowadays is promising latency of 1 millisecond. So the technology will be faster than our real-time experience that we are doing with our own eyes. I've done a study by myself in March 2020. So I've been searching 5G on Google, and Google returned 143 million of results. I've done the same experiment in 2022 in April, almost 2 years back then. And I've realized that the system is returning multiple results, like billions, which is an increase of 25 times, 3.6 billions, which is an amazing thing. We realize that people are getting more interested in 5G. They will try to understand how exactly 5G will change their lives. Every one of us knows that 5G will bring speed, but this is not everything. 5G will bring also decrease in latency in order to enable ultimate and more advanced use cases. It's going to enhance the spectral density in order to have more users, more IoT devices, and also decrease the energy consumption. 5G will be everywhere. For example, nowadays we have a lot of use cases which are related to video streaming, for example, where we need network speed, but not so high latency. But for the future, the use cases for the future will need a combination between network latency and network speed. If we want to have factories with robots that are going to work together, AR or VR immersive reality, Virtual tour for people, also out of vehicles that are going to work autonomously or announce themselves together, drones that are going to deliver. Those, everything that I've described is going to be connected to 5G. The next generation networks. In order to have everything in the right place, we need to move on, and we need to bring three main components. Open architectures, so the network will have an open, will work like an open platform, which is enabling other companies to connect through APIs to our systems and develop with us together a lot of use cases. Edge computing, in order to process everything very, very fast without going through internet and decrease the latency from the person that is using the use case and the response from the network. And also a new concept called network as a platform or technology as a service. For example, Open RAN. Every one of us knows how a radio tower looks like. So it's a metal structure which has a lot of equipment on top of it. This kind of equipment, which connects the mobile phone to the network, is a kit coming from a vendor. The new generation networks called Open RAN will be a network made by multiple vendors. One vendor is coming with a device, another vendor is coming with the software capabilities to write the code for the interfaces, the logical interfaces to talk to each other. For example, in Vodafone UK, it was launched the first Open RAN site, which is a consortium of at least 6 companies that are working together in an open way. This enhances the capabilities and opens new horizons for everyone. We can work with somebody that is passionate about the software, writing the code, somebody else is doing the boards. Together we are building a solution. So we are not going to be dependent on a vendor. Also, the energy consumption capabilities will be better. Also, regarding the mobile edge computing, nowadays, for example, if we like to purchase a car which is capable of avoiding accidents, this car will be very, very expensive. It will be like hundreds of thousands of euros. We know some manufacturers that are building this kind of cars that are driving autonomously and avoiding pedestrians, avoiding collisions, stuff like that. The intelligence is inside the car. This is the reason why it's very expensive. But what if, using 5G and mobile edge computing, we are going to be able to enable every car in the world to be smart and help us become a better driver and decrease the number of accidents? How we can do that? For example, deploying a mobile edge computing network which has the capabilities at the edge of the network, which means we are not taking the information to the core through the internet, losing precious milliseconds in order to process the information, getting back to the car and make a decision. Using only some sensors, some video cameras, which are very important to capture the information, and the 5G ultra-low latency networks, the network is going to acquire the information from the car. The information is going to be processed at the edge of the network, and then the feedback is coming instantly to the car. So we move the intelligence from the car to the network. Also regarding the thing that is going to change our architecture. Maybe every one of us knows about the butterfly effect. For example, if a butterfly can flap its wing in Rio de Janeiro, for example, immediately in Chicago, from rain can become sunshine. What does it mean? We have the same future for our networks. Our networks will be modular, will be API first based. Everything will be moved to cloud, and also we are going to automate and reuse. Everything is going to be standardized. No matter the way and the location of the OPCO, the country you are going to demand a specific use case, everything will be interconnected in this kind of technology as a service. So we are going to evolve from a telecommunication company to a technology company, which means a lot of software development is going to happen on top of the pure connectivity and on top of the hardware. I would like to spend a little bit time with you regarding a very practical example that I've been working a lot in the past 2 years. projects with drones and how the drones are going to change our future reality. So, for example, Vodafone Romania is a partner of Salvamont for the past 18 years. And in the past 3 years, we became exclusively technological partners. Romania, which is a very, very nice country, and welcome again in Romania. I don't know if you know that almost 1/3 of the country is covered by mountains. We have multiple mountain trails, like 25,000 kilometers, 12,000 caves. We have up to 28 places where you can do sports in the winter. That means that accidents are happening. But what if the mountain rescue team like Salvamont is having a very critical mission and they cannot go there and they cannot communicate with the person in need? We need to save them. Because I'm a very, very passionate sportsman in the mountains. I like to do trails, I like to do mountain biking, I like to do ski a lot. I've been understanding how exactly everything is happening in the mountains. And based on my experience with drones, I built up a team and we came up with an idea to solve this problem. We came up with radio signal, 5G radio signal, into the mountains directly from a drone, which means that we are going to talk directly to the person in need, find out the location, and rescue the team. But what is it all about? I'm going to tell you about the technological puzzle. So we are going to have a drone which is there in our corner, which has a radio frequency antenna on top of it, underneath, sorry, and a trailer which has a lot of equipment, radio equipment, which is processing the data. The mini trailer, which is part of a real mountain rescue, is connected directly to the satellite, to the Vodafone network. We are getting instantly the data from Vodafone network, putting the information into the mini trailer, processing the information, and then everything is fed to the radio station in the air. We can deploy this kind of solution in minutes. The coverage which is offered by this solution is a radius up to 10 kilometers. So instantly after we deploy this radio station, the mobile phone from the person, the tourist, is going to connect automatically to the network and call the authorities. But this is not everything. We have a second solution which is related to this one. We are doing photogrammetry into the mountains, capturing pictures which has GPS coordinates inside, and then we are processing all the information using AI software in a command center. We detect human allure, backpacks, sports gear, everything using photographies and photos from the mountains, which are processed through a machine learning algorithm pre-trained using a database. So this combined solution is going to save lives in Romania, and our plan is to extend it to other markets too. These are some photos with me while operating the True drones in the training mission into the mountains in Romania above 2,000 meters altitude. I had the chance to do this project in Vodafone because I've got a room of experimentation. The management believed in our ideas and offered budget in order to create this kind of solutions. We are going to continue in this way. This is a real picture from a drone during a search and rescue mission. Do you see something here, like a clue? I can tell you there is something here, and the algorithm can detect it immediately. For example, we have a human being which is laying down under a tree here into the snow. The algorithm is able to process in 2 minutes 100 pictures and automatically send a report into the mountain with the real coordinates of the clue. But this is not everything. Based on the experience we had with this project, we realized that we have the capability, using the 5G network, to provide services to our customers and to also public and private sector with drones. But why with drones? Because the drones are fast, because we can scale the projects up, we have increased efficiency, we can save lives, and we can protect others of being exposed to different kinds of dangers. We also process, using a lot of AI software, all the images which are coming from this kind of drones. I'm going to present you 6 industries that are very, very important nowadays. For example, in precision agriculture, drones became a common thing because we are doing analysis of the crops in order to detect which kind of vegetables or plants are having diseases. We are doing this with photogrammetry and multispectral vision cameras. This is how we are going to provide some treating only to a specific place, for example, in a sunflower crop. It's important to understand that the teams can cover up to 1,000 hectares per day. So this is a very important topic because we need to produce our own food, because this is a global context right now, which is a little bit tricky. And when you invest in this kind of business, it's important to get everything back as you wished. So using drone analysis, you can avoid the dangerous things and avoid ruining your crop. Oil and gas, everything is about inspections and preventive maintenance. You are not going to expose people anymore in dangerous environment. You are going to use drones to detect leaks. You are going to detect thickness of some tanks where you are keeping dangerous substances there. The inspection duration is decreasing, and also the cost reduction. And we also do more efficient jobs in defects detection. Drones can see more than a human being. Next is the solar energy. Many people are going to invest in solar energy. With drones, you can do the design from the very first day using orthophoto mosaic plans, and you are going directly to create and to implement the system. After you put it in production, you are going to analyze with the thermal vision cameras from the drone every photovoltaic panel in order to detect faulty cells. This is going to improve your quality of the energy that you are going back and understand what is the real percentage of the energy that you are going to put into the network. Wind energy, for example, we can use drones, and in only 40 minutes, we are going to inspect a full engine like so in order to detect leaks and leaks or cracks or delamination or anything which is related to possible dangerous things. Then the power grids. The power grids using a lot of experimentation and a lot of AI mechanism. We are going to make corridor mapping. We are going to avoid the vegetation going into the wires. And also we are going to pull lines from one point to another, for example, over the Danube. And the last one, which is probably very interesting, is a digital twin. And I'm going to close with a conclusion. You know that what happened in France with the Notre Dame Cathedral. Those guys, after the fire, said, we are going to close everything there, nobody's passing through, we are going to scan everything with drones and LiDARs. How are we going to do that? By doing a lot of photogrammetry, recreating the digital twin of the model of the cathedral, and then we are going to print and rebuild everything as it was before. So technology is helping us recreating our towns too. The aspiration is to have the entire Europe or the entire world as a digital marketplace using digital buildings. So just a few ingredients and then a glimpse of the future. From my perspective, the drones are going to be the new smartphones. Thank you very much.